Folks, there's an article about a Quinnipiac poll about Biden, about how underwater he is. And let me tell you, when you read the article, they've had nothing good to say for 30 years about Biden, Trump, Bush, any Republican for that matter. So looking at the article, look at the language they're using, because it's a first. Brutal. A poll. There is a malaise. People don't feel like their lives have been improved. They did sort of feel that promises aren't being kept. Oh my. Underwater. That's the first sign. Here we go. I think the frustration is at an all-time high. Black men are pissed off about the nothingness that has happened. Does it make the work harder? It makes the work damn near impossible. They challenge his overall competency. 38% approval rating. That is a sign that the Democrats have thrown him under the bus. And he's coming to Connecticut this week, Friday, today being Wednesday. In 2 days, Biden will be here to repair his reputation with many photo ops. He's calling on Connecticut, Blumenthal, Murphy, Himes, DeLauro, Hayes, Courtney, Larson, to come to his aid by the media in Connecticut. Let me tell you, the media in Connecticut has nothing good to say about me. And in fact, it's not about me. But when you learn what Connecticut newspapers have done, Mike Pignatello, Ferraro, I have notified them over 50 times of our Senate race as the GOP frontrunner at the moment. And we have our obstacles, don't get me wrong. We have people making false statements all the time. The Hour, when they tore down Washington Village, wrote an article saying, I was pleased at how the Jim Himes $30 million Washington Village project was going so well, how well they handled it. I have complained since day one that there was 642 parts PCBs in the dirt. They piled that dirt up against Washington Village, and mothers with their children carrying groceries trampled through that mud with PCBs. It had a vegetable garden with PCBs. It had VOCs, rats. It had a year-long gas leak. It had mold problems. It had asbestos. They were taking down the buildings with asbestos with the people living there. Lucy, Mary, a lot of people were on oxygen. Lucy died as a result, okay? She was the last patient removed from Washington Village. She weighed 500 pounds. The HUD guidelines say that 500-pound women on oxygen should be the first removed from a construction site, not the last. Meanwhile, there was mold in her apartment. I took pictures of it. Her daughter had respiratory problems. Michelle, respiratory problems. The two Spanish ladies, respiratory problems. Many, many cancer patients lived there. Many. Okay? One had 7 members of the family. 6 have cancer. 1 died of his 6 days after his COVID shot. He was a mute Vietnam veteran who had drugs planted in his apartment by informants. I am telling you, folks, the corruption in Norwalk, Connecticut has gotten to a point where there's no talking about it anymore. There's no fixing it. They can't fix it. They won't. I recently filed criminal charges against the mayor of Norwalk for his openly promoted check fraud money laundering machine. 1,239 cash stolen checks and counting. And the mayor has been instructing the Detective Bureau not to make John Flynn stand in a long line of financial crime victims that will never be investigated. Hold on a second. We're missing millions of shares of stock from NASDAQ member firm Greenwich Global LP. We've been complaining to Jim Himes since 2009. We'll get back to you. Meet amongst yourselves. Give us updates. And tell us how you're doing. And we'll call the SEC, NASDAQ, and FINRA, run by Bernie Madoff's people, since 2000, September 2000. So here you go. What you need to know about our Senate race. I was the first whistleblower against Bernie Madoff. What happened? It was a cover-up. Yeah, I was the first. What's happening now is worse. So, thank you very much. Biden's counting on Blumenthal and Murphy to come to his emotional rescue. And you know what? There is no safety net. Because when people come to their senses about Blumenthal, did you see him this week talk about the handicap and the people who are under, I'll pull up in the article next about that. Let's not go off on a tangent. I'm at 7 minutes, and I thank you very much. This is an article that you need to pay attention, folks, because now the Democrats are throwing the Democrats under the bus. So we will prevail. And after the Connecticut hack of every town, tell me how New Haven, Hartford, Waterbury, Norwalk, and Stamford have 4,000 flipped Trump votes, when in fact, if you read all the Russian hacked stories about Connecticut, those servers are connected to the internet. As admitted by the many articles about Russian hacking affecting Connecticut, talking to our legislators who obviously gave, either through malware or actively undermined the vote in Connecticut. There are articles about Russian hackers in Connecticut. I can show you them. Denise Merrill is complicit, so you must vote for Dominic Rapini. Whether or not you vote for me, you must vote for Dominic Rapini, or no vote is safe. If you care about your civil right to vote, you need to get on board and follow, post, and share. Bring yourself up to speed about the facts. About the facts, folks. And there are many. I can continuously quote them. But if you don't listen, it's moot. Have a great day. Flynn 2022, we're on WinRed. You can go through a line pay. You can go through our website, Flynn 2022, ussenate.com. $10 contributions from everyone, and it's in the bank, folks. We're working on 2 lawsuits now. We have one coming up in November, Flynn versus Norwalk and Firetree. You should see what happened there. The evidence is falsified. Connecticut Bob Duff opened a prison on Quintard and on Bartlett with no permits. He's claiming that he's doing a great job closing prisons, releasing every convicted felon there is, and you need to learn about the prosecutors and how they're releasing violent felons by reducing their charges to misdemeanors. And you need to listen to one in particular one. A sex offender from Norwalk was taken out of the maximum security prison and brought to a mental facility where he escaped. Unbelievable. Gotta go. Have a great day.